Williams bowls a short ball and swat away by Fuller off a top edge, and he'll get 4 for it down towards the fine leg boundary. It's not where he was aiming as he tries to swat the ball out.
Slightly wide of the crease here, Bailey, and that's it. Says it gone through to the keeper. It has. He's taken a great catch. Low down has Matthew Hurst, and I'm just wondering if it's something that might come in. Oh, there's a good drive there down the ground from Kyle Abbott. 1 bounce for 4 just below us. Oh, he got a hold of that well.
That's Luke Wells. Outside the off-stop, edged to slip and taken. And it was a good catch, high up in the end.
It's Nathan Lyon into to Kyle Abbott, who's coming down the pitch and hammering it back over Lyon's head. It's in the air and taken. Keaton Jennings takes a very, very fine catch.
Absolutely.
Here's Abbott. Bowles and Jennings, pleasant drive up the ground. That should go all the way. And it does. Nice stride from Keaton Jennings, over pitched from Kyle Abbott.
Scott was speaking about how Lancashire's middle order's a bit more inexperienced, so even though they have a strong top order, there is more pressure on them.
Here's Abbas round the wicket, and Wells is off the back foot and cracks that through the covers. That should go all the way. It does. Nice shot, as Scott Reed says, nicely timed.
Abbott to Wells. Let's run down through gully. And it's worth at least a couple for him. He might even get 4. He does. He did not go at that hard at all, just guided the ball down.
Comes in, runs away from us and bowls, and that's hit over the top. That's a lovely shot. It's the right length, and that, even though it plugs in the outfield, it may just touch the rope. It does. A perfectly decent shot there from Wells. It was slightly over pitched there from Ian Holland.
Bowling from the pavilion end, driven down the ground gloriously by Wells. Makes a good enough contact to go over the boundary rope.
Holland down the wicket, down the leg side rather, and that's 4 byes. Quite a long way down the leg side. He holds out his hand in apology. Ian Holland, the bowler.
With the ball in hand now from the pavilion end, it's full with a glorious on drive past the stumps, down the ground and away for 4 runs. And Jennings there looking in sublime form. Full, pushing through the onside and finds the gap between mid-wicket and mid-on. It's racing away to the shorter boundary and goes away for 4. So Wells now finding the second boundary of this over. He moves to 41.
As the Holland bowls, lovely drive, and it's a no ball as well. 4 runs is the result. Certainly a 4 off the bat anyway, plus the no ball. Wells goes to 46, I think.
As a bass into Wells, he pulls it away down to fine leg, and that single will bring him a half century. 50 off 65 balls.
Around the bat, cut by Jennings. That's a good shot. It was a little bit short by Dawson. He's found the gap. Jennings on the offside in front of square. That was a well-timed shot. A plane has just taken off from Southampton Airport, and so has that delivery. That's taken off. Whacked over the top by Keaton Jennings. A lovely shot, lofting Liam Dawson for a 1 bounce 4 to long on.
Anyway, there's a length ball from Abbas. Oh, it's caught at short mid-wicket. And there's the first wicket. It's Luke Wells. And that has come from nowhere. I think that's Tom Prest that's taken that catch low down.
Dawson bowls coming down the wicket and lofting the ball over the head of the bowler. A few bounces to the boundary rope for 4, and Bahanan gets off the mark in a splendid manner.
As down the wicket goes Bahanan, again he goes aerial, and again it's the same result. Or has it gone all the way? It has. It's gone further. It's 6. You've got one bowler taking 50. Oh, Bahanan's gone big, and this time he's opened the face and he's gone over the top of mid-off quite deliberately. He knows mid-on's back. Mid-off wasn't, and he just hit into out.
Drives away through the covers instead this time, Bahanan. And it turns and comes back for 2 and quickly realises that he's reaching the rope for 4. And that was called off after a couple of overs. Here's Fuller to Bahanan. There's the breakthrough that Hampshire was striving for. Balls just back of a length and carved away by Keaton Jennings. Down towards the deep backward point boundary for 4 runs. A little bit of width there for the Lancashire captain to flicked away down to fine leg. Might be 4 more for Jennings. Yes, it is. It's a pass to Balderson. Well, that's down to 3rd man for 4 runs for George Balderson. Pass in. Swiped away for 4 by Keaton Jennings. That will bring up a 50. As the ball drills its way out towards the deep backward point.
Here's Abbott bowls. Balderson works out into the gap on the onside, hits it a little stronger as well. That should go for 4. Nicely timed by the 23-year-old.
Dawson into Balderson, who comes down the pitch. That's a good looking shot. That's 4 runs. Little skip towards Dawson.
Full of start of a new over. Bowls to Jennings down the leg side, flicks it away past the diving Ben Brown. What's it hit? Waiting for the umpire signal. It's hit his pad or part of his body.
That's Dawson. This time a reverse sweep, and he's got enough contact on it to get it down to the boundary. Does Jennings. Well, moving on to 61. It was a full ball from Dawson. There's only 1 blue kit in the women's.
Somebody needs to come up with different colours. That's a nice flick, fine to the boundary by George Balderson. Little too straight there from James Fuller to end that over. Fuller to Balderson. Balderson drives straight. That's going for 4. Kyle Abbott's not picking that up at mid-off. Just trails the line of the ball as it goes over the rope. That's a nice looking shot. That's
Holland. Comes in around the wicket, down the leg side, and a bit of bat on that. There's enough to get it down to the boundary rope for 4. As Holland is in, back of a length, fired down the leg side, and a dive from Ben Brown. He's up to the stumps, the ball racing down towards fine leg and away for 4 as Abbas gives up the chase in the end. Lancashire score goes past 200. As Holland past the umpire now, and this time he makes great contact down the ground and away for 4 runs. Jennings, as in comes Holland, straying onto the pads, flicked in the air, could be a wicket taken at deep mid-wicket. It's Holland, and an important breakthrough. Sounds like a really valuable player to have around the changing room, as you say, with that strong record. As in comes Holland, it's edged, and what a catch! One-handed, low down to his left. Liam Dawson.
And 1 brought 2, as they say, as a drive, and that's going up for 4 runs. That's a beautiful shot from George Bell. That's the perfect way to... until George Balderson did what he did. That's cut away, and that's going for 4. Very fine there from Keaton Jennings. There was width there from Ian Holland.
Dawson will bowl over the wicket to Jennings. Jennings plays forward in defence, and there's no run. Tucks his bat under his arm and makes his way out towards the pavilion.